unlawful killing of civilians and prisoners is never acceptable. It's my duty and that of my fellow chiefs to set things right.
The man you just heard was General Angus Campbell, the Chief of the Australian Defence Force. He is the most senior military official in Australia, and he has made a big acknowledgement. Australian troops stationed in Afghanistan unlawfully killed unarmed civilians.
Justice Brereton considered in detail 57 allegations of incidents and issues. He found there to be credible information to substantiate 23 incidents of alleged unlawful killing of 39 people by 25 Australian Special Forces personnel, predominantly from the Special Air Service Regiment.
The revelations are the result of a 4-year inquiry into the Australian military's alleged war crimes in Afghanistan. The investigation was carried out by Justice Paul Brereton, a Supreme Court judge from New South Wales. His findings have been mentioned in a redacted 465-page report released by the Australian Defence Establishment. Here's what the report states. A small group within Australia's elite Special Air Services brutalised Afghan civilians. They allegedly slit throats of unarmed civilians, gloated about their horrific actions, kept account of the people they killed for recreation, and photographed bodies with planted weapons to justify their actions. None of the killings are said to have taken place in the heat of the battle. All the victims were either non-combatants or were no longer combatants. And lastly, the unlawful killings were deliberately covered up. General Angus Campbell has accepted the findings of the report and offered his apology to the people of Afghanistan.
To the people of Afghanistan, on behalf of the Australian Defence Force, I sincerely and unreservedly apologise for any wrongdoing by Australian soldiers. I've spoken directly with my Afghan counterpart, General Zia, to convey this message.
But back in Afghanistan, civilians and activists say an apology will not be enough. They want the perpetrators to be handed to Afghanistan. They want the trial to take place in their presence.
We want the government to investigate this case accurately, and those who committed these acts should be taken to Afghanistan and must be tried.
We want fair trial. We have to witness it because they have done so much cruelty to us, so the trial must happen in our presence.
They have to be tried according to law, but it is just a lie. They will never do it.
The Prime Minister of Australia disagrees. He says the case will be dealt in accordance with Australian laws.
We need to deal with this as Australians, according to our own laws, through our own justice processes, and we will. And I think that will say a lot about Australia.
The case is complex. The allegations are huge. Whether the trial takes place in Australia or Afghanistan, prosecuting troops